as per what is going on, especially on ground zero today. Today, the 2nd of April 2020, talking about the coronavirus. The coronavirus. It is always very, very important to bring you updates with what Ground Zero especially need to know about what is going on with the virus. And that is why I am here today to bring you those updates and of course other updates on the revolution. I want to again say good evening to all of you in all of sub-Saharan Africa, all of you in Europe, all of you Amazonians, Southern Cameroonians in Canada, in South America, and of course the continent USA. Thank you for joining the broadcast. I will ask you as usual to please go ahead, hit your share button and quickly populate, let's quickly populate this platform. At a count of 700 as usual, I will bring you this presentation. So please, as you join, go ahead, hit your share button. Hit your share button. Let us populate this platform. When I say this platform, I am here referring to Facebook in particular, and of course YouTube. Those of you watching by way of YouTube, by Facebook, please hit your share button, invite somebody to join you on the platform. Let them know the anchor man is here and he is not live, he is alive. All right, so please let's quickly do that before I bring you the presentation proper. Again, if you are joining, go ahead and hit your share button. Go ahead and hit your share button. Let others join the broadcast. You will find on your screen, COVID-19 safety hotlines. COVID-19 safety hotlines. These lines are meant specifically for those of you on ground zero and of course ground one if you are a refugee on ground one or you are on ground zero. These telephone numbers are WhatsApp numbers that you can call in case of any emergency. We are quite aware that on ground zero and of course ground one, medical facilities are very scarce, and even if when they are there, they can hardly be enough for an epidemic like this one, a plague as I call it, like this one. And so we are encouraging everybody on ground zero. These phone numbers you find on your screen, they are for you. If you get into any difficulties and you need immediate medical attention, please call those numbers. These numbers are US and European numbers, but don't worry about that. For as much as you can get across to the person at the other end of these numbers, they will provide immediate assistance, immediate medical assistance to you. So I would love you to copy those numbers if you are watching from ground zero. Copy those numbers, save them, and if you suspect anything, any symptoms of the virus, please do yourself a favor by calling any of these numbers for help. Again, you have the numbers on your screen. Coronavirus safety hotlines. Coronavirus safety hotlines. So please, again, do yourself a favor by saving these numbers. You may need them. You may need them, especially if you are on ground zero or on ground one. Go ahead, copy those numbers and save them and pass them over to friends who you never know who will need it. So please, those numbers are hotlines for any emergency. Again, those are hotlines for any emergency on ground zero. So please go ahead and save them. Again, I'm appealing to you I like the way the pace at which the numbers are growing and climbing. So please go ahead and hit your share button. Invite, please invite friends, invite an audience to populate the platform. Let's populate the platform as soon as possible, so I can come to you with the presentation. This is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I shall be talking to you about the planned so-called disinfection of the streets of Bamenda, the markets of Bamenda, and of course, I shall also be talking about making some clarity on the lockdown that we declared, that began yesterday. We'll find out that there is a lot of confusion out there, most especially on ground zero as concerns the lockdown. I am going to explain to you what this lockdown is and what it is not. Again, I will explain to you what this lockdown is and what it is not. It is very, very important. I bring that clarification to you. But go ahead and hit your share button, please. I need 700 people in the next 3 minutes so I can come to you with that, with this presentation proper. So do that. Then I shall also be bringing you some information about the state of affairs in the colonial capital in Yaoundé. What is happening to Paul Biya? What is happening to Paul Biya? Is he dead or alive? If he is dead, what does it mean to us, to this revolution? If he is alive, what does it change? All right, that will be very, very important. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. That is one of the subjects that I shall be bringing to you today. But in the meantime, let me see who is here already. Please, I like the way, again, the numbers are growing. Continue hitting your share button. If you are just joining, continue hitting your share button. If you are just joining, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for doing so. But let me see, those of you who are here on the platform, let me know what is in your mind, please. I see William Tacho. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting older, a little older here. So I need glasses at times to see well. All right. Yes, okay, I see Mega Projects. Say share. Thank you, sir. Janet Anye. She's always here. Thank you, Janet. Florence Acho. I see you. Say beer is Kekwe. I don't know what that Kekwe means. Amber Salvation, the heartbeat of Ambazonia ABC TV. Thank you, sir. I see Julius Jan, right on. Comrade Chris, thank you, sir. John Feeling Go. Say, I am watching from Belgium. Okay. Please hit your share button. Dora Ann. He said he is dead. Okay. That is your call, Dora. Not my call. Okay. Peter King, I see you, sir. Akon Ayafo, watching Gary House. I see you. I see also in the ransom, Amber Flag, Arch Succeed. I see you in that James, Polish Arrow, Nobet Bobby, Ipie, Brian Zale, always one of those here too. Cassianos, Shadzekar. That sounds Russian. That last name sounds Russian, Cassianos. All right, I know you must be from Banzo. They own Russian names. All right, please hit your share button, ladies and gentlemen. Mercy Joe. Hi, our most loved Secretary of Communications. Thank you. Tina, I see you. Secretary Chris, you are looking younger. Oh, for real? Thank you. All right. Alembom Amber. Ambazonia must be free in Jesus' name. Somebody say amen. All right. Pointer, the joke. Okay, see you. Chi Clarence. Array. Paul Biya is with Ikema Patrick. Okay, I hope they are all sitting on the left-hand side of of I don't any there. All right, Quinta Lum, Chris Enu, and Sako want to provoke an intertribal war. Let me read that. I like that, Quinta. Quinta Lum says Chris Enu and Sako want to provoke an intertribal war in the northern zone because they are afraid of Graphi domination after independence. My Bamenda people, shine your eyes. Bamenda people, they don't shine their eyes since, what is your name again? Quinta Lum. They don't shine their eyes by fighting, picking up guns and fighting for beer to reclaim their own freedom. There is no domination here. When they don't give one some more sugar for La Republic, when I can't cause division for a year, when I will lose the fight. Okay? All right. Somebody say, ha, ha, ha. All right. Honor Abu from the great state of California. She laughs. Okay. Ochiba Achundo Nelson, I see you. Kemi Ashu the Great. Thank you for joining. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit your share button. We are getting there, getting to 600, close to 600 right now. I have very, very vital information. Very, very vital information to bring to you today. I didn't plan this broadcast, but when I am here, you can trust that I don't come to you to play jokes. I come to you with vital information, good information on a revolution. Now, let me bring you some announcements, ladies and gentlemen. Beginning this coming Sunday, the President of the Federal Republic, His Excellency, you know, I don't like calling people Excellency. I just don't like it. I don't care who the President is. I call them Mr. President. But this coming Sunday, and it's going to be taking place every Sunday of every month, every first Sunday of every month, the President of the Federal Republic, Dr. Samuel Ikome Sako, myself, and cabinet members, we shall be hosting a town hall. We call it Meet the President. And as I think the title is The President Answer Your Question. I think it's something around there. The title is something around there. The President Answers Your Questions. So, this town hall, it will take the format of a town hall. And it will start this coming Sunday. The Zoom link, I believe, will be sent out to you. But again, that this town hall format meeting with the President and Cabinet shall be holding every Sunday, first Sunday of every month. The President and Cabinet members shall be hosting a town hall that addresses every question and every concern of Ambazonians out there, not just ground zero, Ambazonians in every nook and corner of the globe, for as much as you can join it. So please, that town hall is starting this Sunday. Very soon, I think you will find the poster out there. But please plan to be in that meeting. The doors are open to all. For as much as you are an Ambazonian, you are welcome to this town hall where the President and Cabinet answers your questions. The President and Cabinet take and answer all of your concerns on any subject for as much as this revolution is concerned. So pass the message around and welcome everybody. Again, the town hall is open for every Ambazonian. Come there with responsible, constructive questions, and I can assure you all of your questions, all of your concerns will be answered. And this is not excluding ground zero. If you are on ground zero and you have enough bandwidth, enough data to be able to join the town hall, we encourage you to do so. Again, it is beginning this Sunday and it shall be taking place every first Sunday of the month. Now, I want to remind you who is just joining, these numbers on the screen, these numbers on your screen are very, very important. These numbers on the screen are for those of you, most especially on ground zero, who may need emergency medical attention if you begin to feel any symptoms of a coronavirus. So please, again, these numbers are American and European numbers, but worry not, they are WhatsApp numbers. You can call them at any time, at any moment, especially for those of you. The numbers are reserved only for those on ground zero and ground one, because we know that those of us in the diaspora, we know what to do if we feel symptoms. We have hospitals around, we have doctors around. We can just call our doctors or walk to the emergency room and we will receive help. But for those on ground zero, these numbers are for you. And those of you, especially our refugees in ground one, please copy these numbers you find on your screen and save them. In time of emergency, they may be of help. So copy those numbers and save them, please. All right. Now, one more announcement before I get into the subject now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only for members of ABC Amber Club. For members only of ABC Amber Club. We shall be having the first members club on Saturday. This Saturday, if you are a registered member of ABC Amber Club, we want to have the very first meeting of the club this coming Saturday. We are creating a forum where you shall be receiving an email. You shall be receiving an email from ABC, I guess today. And when you receive your email, what you need to do is reply to that email with your WhatsApp number. We have to create a forum, a WhatsApp forum for every member of the ABC Club. Now, through the forum, we're able to send you links to show up at the meeting on Saturday. Very, very important, very, very important. So we didn't just make you members or ask you to register to hang out there. Members of the ABC Amber Club are very, very important. I said it before that it is from within this membership we are going to get the board that runs ABC, that manages, that oversees ABC. So, but all the members of the club shall have a say, shall be able to contribute as to what they want ABC to look like. So please expect an email from us. And again, when you receive the email, hit the reply button, send us your WhatsApp number, and we will use it to include you in the club forum. And also, when we have the Zoom meetings on Saturday, you'll be able to get the link for the meeting. So I hope you got that. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. We have hit 700 and above scenes, but I had to take this announcement. At this moment, I would like to bring you some clarification on the lockdown, ladies and gentlemen, that we announced a few days ago. A few days ago, I came to you with the announcement for a very special lockdown. Now, I refer to it as a special lockdown because unlike the other lockdowns that we have had for political and economic reasons, this lockdown is for your own interest and for your own health. Again, this lockdown is for your own health, for your own interest, and of course, that of your family. It is very, very important that we understand, because we have received questions since yesterday. People are complaining and asking questions as to what this lockdown is all about. Please, it is very important right now that you get to understand what this lockdown means, what this coronavirus lockdown means, and what it doesn't mean. This is very, very important. Very important. First of all, this lockdown, as announced the other day, is not indefinite. It is not indefinite. We are having this lockdown for 2 weeks, beginning yesterday, April the 1st. Again, the lockdown will hold for 2 weeks, beginning yesterday, April the 1st. So it will go on for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, there will be an evaluation. After the 2 weeks, there will be an evaluation. Now, you have to understand we have health professionals who are advising this interim government on what to do and how to do it. So when we bring you information, you should rest assured we are getting our information from the experts. So, lockdown will hold for 2 weeks, beginning yesterday, April the 1st, Wednesday, April the 1st, counting to 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, our experts will again evaluate the situation on the ground. If they should say the lockdown should be suspended, then we are going to make that announcement to suspend the lockdown. But should our experts say that we should continue the lockdown, we'll also come back to you and inform you. Now, I have said this lockdown, unlike the past lockdowns we have had, is different. It's very, very different. We have conducted lockdowns in the past for political and economic reasons. But this lockdown is not for any political or economic reason. This lockdown is meant to save lives, to save your family, to save your children, to save Ambazonians all over ground zero and of course ground one. And I exclude the diaspora because they know what to do. They know what to do. But for ground one, this lockdown we declared a lockdown for the borders, our international borders, which means our borders with La République du Cameroon at the Mongo, our borders with La République du Cameroon at Metazem, and our border with Nigeria. Of course, we made it very clear that our border with Nigeria was only partially locked down for reasons we all understand. The interest of our refugees in Nigeria and sometimes the supplies that we may need using that route. So that is why the border with Nigeria is only partially shut down. Then the border with French Cameroon in Metazem and in the Mongo completely locked down. And what that means is this: there shall be no going out of Ambazonia or coming in of Ambazonia as of today. I learned that mass transit buses were still loading from Bamenda to Douala, from Douala to Bamenda, Yaoundé, the same thing, Victoria, the same thing, up to Bamenda, and the other way around. Please, again, this lockdown is for your interest. It is not because we want to punish La République du Cameroon. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is not the reason. The reason is for all of you to remain safe. Stay safe wherever you are. So, lockdown of the borders means no going out of Ambazonia into La République du Cameroon, and no coming into Ambazonia from La République du Cameroon. No mass transit vehicles are allowed to enter Ambazonia, and they are not allowed to leave Ambazonia. That is what this lockdown of our boundaries mean. Now, coming into the national territory, and I mean, of course, the Southern Cameroon's territory, we have also decided that it is not safe. It is not safe for you to want to move from Mutengene to Kumba. This is very important, unless, ladies and gentlemen, you are in your own car alone. Let's understand this. What we are trying to avoid is to avoid mass transportation. You don't want to be in a taxi. We don't want to take any taxi, because taxis carry like 4 or 5 people at a time. It is very, very dangerous. It is not safe for you. That is why we are asking the taxis to shut down. The taxis to shut down. If you have to drive, you have to be alone in your car. And the Okada guy who is out there carrying people, if you must take an Okada, make sure you are also alone in that Okada. Now, even so, it can be also very unsafe to sit in those Okada or taxis, because you never know who was in there before. You never know who touched the door. You never know who sat on that Okada seat. It may be somebody infected with the coronavirus. You never know. That is why we are warning you. It is safer. The safest thing to do, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, the safest thing to do is to stay where you are. Stay at home. We can't say this enough. It is for your own safety. Stay at home. This is very, very critical. You go out and you walk onto a taxi, stretch your hands to open the door. You do not know who else is touching that door or has touched that door, handled that door for that day. The person who has touched that door or handled the door previous to you may be somebody infected. You just don't know. The same thing, you are going into the shop, you are touching chairs or beer parlor or nightclub gatherings, and you are sitting on chairs, touching chairs, coughing out. You don't know who is standing next to you, what that person has. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, our best advice to all of you is, please stay home. Stay home. We thank God this disease hasn't yet infected anyone in our territory. But the moment one person gets it, I bet you the numbers will change. The numbers will change. The only way we can stop this, prevent this, again, is to stay home. Is to stay home. Now, we have made it also very clear that this lockdown doesn't mean that all economic activity is shut down. No. No, absolutely not. This lockdown doesn't mean that everything is shut down. Inside quarters, you have little convenience shops. If they feel they can open, let them go ahead and open, because people still need to buy maybe water. People still need to buy maybe drinks. But off-license and beer parlors should remain shut down. Convenience stores can open. Little, what do they call it? Little, vendors along the road who want to sell bananas, sell whatever. I think they can also do so, for as much as many people are not coming and parking around that area to shop or to buy. Again, this thing is for your own safety. When you go out, if you have to go out to do anything, be very, very, very careful of who you are standing next to, or who you are standing next to. That's why we are asking you to keep a distance. Keep a distance from everybody. And if you have gloves, When you go out, put on those gloves. If you have a mask, when you go out, carry the mask and make sure that you are wearing it. These are the measures that will save you. These are the measures that will save you. Don't wait until you are infected and then you think that you can be cured. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a cure. If almighty America can be lamenting and people dying in thousands, just imagine what will happen if this disease crosses over into our territory without the medical facilities that America has. Look at what has happened in Italy. The Prime Minister of England, Great Britain, is having coronavirus. Prince Charles in England having coronavirus. Just imagine, just think about it. Thank God for them. They are not worried about it because they have a immediate treatment that takes care of them. But if it happens to you, you don't have the medical facilities that they do. There is no vaccine. Nobody should come trying to vaccinate anybody at home because there is absolutely no vaccine for coronavirus. No vaccine, no treatment. And just imagine, the doctors are saying, the experts are saying that when you contract the coronavirus, it takes 14 days, ladies and gentlemen. It takes 14 days for it to be detected, for the symptoms to start manifesting. So when you catch it or when you get infected, it will take 14 days for the symptoms to start manifesting. Now, when the symptoms start manifesting and you are tested, it will take another 1 to 2 weeks for the results, for you to be tested and the results made available. Now, the problem there is that in our territory, the doctors have said they would have to take the test to La République du Cameroon and conduct the test there before bringing the results across the border into our territory. And let me just add that for our doctors, medical professionals who may have to get involved in this testing, the borders will be open for you. Medical practitioners who may have to send these tests to La République for testing, the borders will be open for you. You are allowed to do that. But the problem is, if you are a patient, ladies and gentlemen, it is not good. It is not good. It is not good. The result will take 1 week. 1 week to get to you. The results will take 1 week to get to you. And what happened within that 1 week? You may die ever before the test results get to you. And that is why we keep saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, the best preventive measure for this disease is for you to stay home. Stay home. In most of the Western world, people are working from home. People no longer go to work. Everybody is home. They're working from home. Even students remain home. They study from their computers. That is how dangerous that the situation is. So please, this is the information I thought to bring to you again. Lockdown will take place only for 2 weeks beginning yesterday. After 2 weeks, our experts here at the interim government will reevaluate the whole scenario and either continue it or call it off. But for the moment, If you are in the village, stay in the village. If you are somewhere in the town, in the city, lock your home and stay in there and go nowhere. They say preventive is better than a cure. Now, having said that, I take you to another subject, ladies and gentlemen, which is also related. Now, we have seen a press statement coming from officials in the city of Bamenda. I mean colonial officials in the city of Bamenda. They have passed out, this thing printed really bad. Now, this communique came out, I was sent out, I think, yesterday, signed by they said the city mayor, the city mayor and Bamenda City Council. It says, in view of the coronavirus threat worldwide, and considering the appearance of traces in Cameroon, I mean, they're referring to their country, not Amazonia. Considering the appearance of traces in Cameroon, the city mayor of Bamenda here provides the following measures to be applied by the citizens of Bamenda at public spaces. Public spaces. Washing of hands around the market and public places is compulsory. That is a good measure, ladies and gentlemen. However, our instruction, our advice to you right now is for all the markets to be shut down for your own interest. You have seen supermarkets all over the globe, all over the world, shut down. In Italy, in London, in the USA, in Europe, the supermarkets have shut down. Most of them, majority, 90% of supermarkets have shut down. And these are very sanitized markets, you know that, but they are shut down. For the mayor of Bamenda City Council to tell you when you go to the market, you wash your hands. Wash your hands where? Where? Do they have running water in those markets? Ladies and gentlemen, stay home. Don't risk your life going to any market. And all of you sellers, again, this is for your interest. We know that things are hard and you need some money. But which is better? To stay home and have your life, or to go to that market and to contract this disease that has no cure? So please, our advice for now is let the markets remain shut down. Smaller shops in the quartiers can remain open, but in big markets where there is no control in those markets, no control of movement, when they say stay a distance, nobody stays a distance in any of those markets. So the best thing to do is stay home. There are no running taps in those markets for you to even to wash hands. Even if you were to wash hands, you cannot control the next person to you, and you don't know what they have on them. So that's a bad measure. It's a wrong measure. It's a good measure at the wrong time. All right. The measure also says intensified cleaning of garbage around the city center, market and some streets, according to the following agenda. Intensified cleaning of garbage. So Bamenda knows how to clean garbage on the street? Seriously? That city looks like how do I put it? Like a dump yard, a refuse yard. So it's only now they think they can keep that city clean. Where have they been? Where have they been all these years? That city stinks. And they have mayors. And they have the so-called government delegate. But that city stinks. It is only at this moment they think they can keep that city clean. They just want to get money into their pockets in contracts. And they say, oh, intensified, keeping the city clean. No, stay home. Now, it also says on Thursday, that is supposed to be today, Intensified cleaning of garbage heaps around the main market, okay, food market, Commercial Avenue, Savannah Street, I guess, Sonax Street, City Chemist Hospital Runabout, T Junction, Veterinary Junction, and so on. It says tomorrow, that is what concerns me. Tomorrow it says, disinfecting the streets of Commercial Avenue, City Chemist, T Junction, Hospital Runabout. Now the key word here, ladies and gentlemen, is disinfecting. That is what concerns us. Disinfecting City Chemist Runabout, the Commercial Avenue, Sonax Street, Savannah Street, Hospital Runabout, Bamenda Market, the food market. What are they doing? They want to disinfect it. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. That is poison. Poison that they are bringing into Bamenda. People who have contracted this disease are disinfected so that they cannot then infect others. Not a city that has not known a single case of infection. And by the way, Douala has many cases of coronavirus. Yaoundé has also so many cases of the coronavirus. The streets of Douala have not been disinfected. The streets of Yaoundé have not been disinfected. The markets in Yaoundé, the markets in Douala, all those public places in Yaoundé and Douala, none of them has been disinfected. Why Bamenda for now? Why? When there is no single case of corona in Bamenda. Our appeal to every one of you out there is to avoid. I have seen the colonial mayor telling storekeepers or store owners to make sure they are there in the market by the time of the disinfection. Be in the market so they can spread the disease on all of you. Please, we totally condemn that exercise from the interim government. We consider it a ploy, a plan to inject that coronavirus on the people in the city of Bamenda. They need to disinfect any place. It should be Douala, it should be Yaoundé, not anywhere in Bamenda, not anywhere in the southern zone until we find cases there. Even when they find cases there, we don't think that is the way to go. There must be something that we don't know behind that disinfection exercise in Bamenda. And if that should happen, and anything should happen, any case should happen in Bamenda, that city mayor of the Bamenda Urban Council or City Council, we will hold him responsible, accountable for any eventuality that comes from that spraying disinfection in Bamenda. We just don't understand. It doesn't make sense, ladies and gentlemen, that Douala is so infected, Yaoundé is so infected, and not a single disinfection or spray has taken place in Yaoundé or Douala. But Bamenda, in that matter, that has witnessed no single case. The whole market will be disinfected. You know why? Of course, you know the population that goes to the food market at the fish pond. You know the population that goes into the Bamenda main market, in Quen Market. And of course, you know the population at the Commercial Avenue, Sonax Street, Hospital Runabout, the most popular places in town. They want to disinfect it. Please, let us ask them. I need a hashtag. Take the disinfection to Douala. Take the disinfection to Douala in Yaoundé. Hashtag take the disinfection to Douala and Yaoundé. We do not need to be infected. We do not need to be infected. We totally, at this interim government, condemn in the strongest of terms that exercise to be carried out in Bamenda by the city mayor so-called. I hope this makes a lot of sense to all of you out there. So please stay home if you want to avoid this infection. This infection may actually result to a plague in Bamenda, where every home is being infected. If you should go near that is infection. And again, we are putting the Bamenda mayor on seat. Should anything happen, should there be a plague, an epidemic resulting from your so-called disinfection in the city of Bamenda, we will absolutely hold you accountable. Again, we will absolutely hold you responsible. We have not seen that happen anywhere for people who have not been infected. You want to help the people? Organize the doctors. Supply the hospitals with masks. You want to help the people? Ask them to stay home to save their lives. You want to save the people? Can your government give the people some stipends to stay home and take care of themselves for a while, like other governments are doing? You want to save the people? Go up station and open that prison yard and release those prisoners you are holding up there for nothing before they die. That is what you should be doing, sirs. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I needed to bring to you. Now, let me move to the next subject. The next subject. We are all hearing of allegations, ladies and gentlemen, allegations, rumors of the passage of Paul Biya. Now, do not be mistaken here. Do not take me, do not misquote me. We cannot say that Mr. Biya is dead. That is not an announcement that I am making. Absolutely not. But there are allegations, rumors since last week that Mr. Biya is gone. Mr. Biya is dead. And Yaoundé has been beefed up militarily. And there are allegations of his son, Frank Biya, taking over from him. And we have seen our people calling and asking questions. What are we going to do? What is the interim government thinking? What is the interim government planning? What does the interim government think? Should this man actually be dead? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the answer. Whether Mr. Biya is dead or alive, again, Boya remains our destination. Whether Mr. Paul Biya is dead or alive, Boya remains our destination, remains our goal. There are certain scenarios that may take place in Yaoundé. I remember visiting Joshua Osei, the vice president of the SDF, I think that was 2016 or so, while visiting that country. I visited Joshua Osei, and we were talking about a possible transition in that country. And Joshua Osei said to me, if Mr. Biya is gone, if Mr. Biya is not there, there will be chaos, a chaos of a transition. I asked him why. He said, in the absence of Mr. Biya, the Northeast would want to regain power. The Bamilikis would want power, and of course the Ewondo, Bulu, Beti tribes would want to maintain power. So that is a scenario that we're actually seeing today. Now, in the constitutional setting, the so-called constitution provides for the Senate president to take over in the event of the demise of the president, for the Senate president to take over and call elections within 1 month, within 30 days. But look at their Senate president, he barely can walk. He barely can walk. Or their president of, Speaker of the House, Parliament, he barely can walk. In fact, he himself is a victim of the corona too, as we learn. So you have a situation cooking in Yaoundé now, if Paul Biya is actually dead. A situation is cooking where those who control their power are ganging up, trying to insert Mr. Biya's son into power. You listen to Mr. Kamto the other day, giving them an ultimatum for a 7-day ultimatum, saying to them, if Mr. Biya doesn't come out to address the coronavirus issue, he will step out and take over his responsibilities. You heard that announcement. It's a threat. It's a threat. So we can see something playing in the background already. There will be chaos. There may be chaos in Yaoundé. Power tussle between the Bamilekis, the Ewondos, Betis, Boulous, and the Nordis. What happened to Ambazonians? Again, that is why I said the answer is this. Whether Mr. Biya is dead or alive, whether commotion in Yaoundé, violence in Yaoundé, ladies and gentlemen, our mission remains Buea. Our goal, our focus remains Buea. I want to say this to all of you watching today. We don't care what happens in Yaoundé and who takes over, who becomes the president of French Cameroon. Our problem is not with who leads or rules French Cameroon. Our problem is with the form of state. The form of state. That's our problem. We want our country back, and they want political reforms in their own part of the world. That is the difference. So whether Mr. Biya is dead or alive, it just doesn't matter to us. That I can assure you, we are looking here at the interim government. We are looking at every scenario that may emerge from what happens in Yaoundé, whether there is a new president or not a new president. We are looking at every scenario. We are looking at every scenario that may emerge in Yaoundé. And rest assured, we at this interim government shall never be taken unawares. I hope you got me right. Yes. Rest assured, whatever happens in Yaoundé, we at this interim government shall never be taken unawares. All we say to you is stay focused, remain focused, not to be worried with what you see across French Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something here, very, very important. This is what is going to happen if Mr. Biya is actually dead. If he is dead, some of them will go to our leaders in jail, put them out, and say, you know what? We will give you a good federation. You will have this so-called, this self-made Southern Cameroon elite. They will say, you know, our problem was Paul Biya. Now we have a new man. Don't be surprised. Even people in the international community, international organization, some countries will come to us and say, you know, the problem was Paul Biya, but the man is now gone. Give the new man a chance. Give the new man a chance. That's what they will come telling us. And they will go to people like the Munzus, the Agobalas, and possibly those in jail. They will try to broker a deal with them. Fellow Ambazonians, listen to me. Our destiny lies in our palms by God's grace. Our destiny lies in our palms. Unless we accept that, unless we accept that arrangement, they cannot force anything onto us. What I'm trying to say is we have to remain resilient. We have to stay focused, staying focused on our drive for a free and independent Ambazonia, our drive towards Buea. We have to remain focused. We have to remain focused. We should not be deceived by people who will come with bags of money from Yaoundé as usual, the so-called elite, who will come from Yaoundé, from Buea, from Bamenda, Douala, and tell us, oh, many people have died. Let's just stop it here. Let's give the new man a chance. Let's try this opportunity. We are not going to try anything short of a free and independent Southern Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our resolve, and we want every one of you on ground zero. Remove your mind. Take off your eyes from what takes place in Yaoundé. It will not give us Ambazonia. It will not give us Buea. What will give us Buea is our tenacity, is our resilience, our courage, and above all, our ability to form our boys on ground zero. Ambazonia Restoration Forces. That is what will take us to Buea. Not a change of regime in Yaoundé. Absolutely not. So we have to remain focused, and not be distracted with what takes place in Yaoundé. That is not our country. That is not our country. We've got to focus. We've got to focus on our mission. And our mission is getting to Buea. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I open the phone lines, I just want to make a comment of what we saw in Kugwe the other day. I want to, especially on behalf of the interim government, appreciate what the Ambazonia Restoration Forces did in Kugwe, in Batibo, the other day. We realize that some people, group of people who have all along wanted us to know that they are fighting the same fight with us. They go around and they open up rape clinics, and they call them camps. But that was not what surprised me the most. What surprised me the most, seeing what came out of that camp, was that there was no single Ambazonia colors. No Ambazonia colors. No single flag. Instead, you found the flag of French Cameroon conspicuously hung in that camp. And again, when we say that the people fighting among us, fighting for La République du Cameroun, that was just another evidence. How can you debunk that? How can you debunk that? We appreciate the effort of the restoration forces in Batibo, in Kurugwe, for sending out those rooks, so-called, they are rapists. I don't call them fighters, they are rapists. We appreciate the work of the Kurugwe, Batibo, Mogamo forces for sending out that band of rapists. Now they went back over the night and burned the solar plant that supplied electricity to that community. You begin to ask yourself once more, are those people fighting, are those people who are fighting for your freedom? The point I am trying to make once more, ladies and gentlemen, is that this revolution, this struggle is not us against us, it's not Ambazonia against Ambazonia. I want to emphasize the point that any fighters in any community that does not respect the people, fighters in a community that do not respect the people must be booted out. They must be booted out, and every option must be on the table to boot them out. That is the way to go. We thank you all in Batibo. We thank you all in Kurugwe. Take care of your people and make sure the whole community is safe and protected. And every other community in Ambazonia should do the same. Root out, I use the word root out all these recalcitrant so-called fighters who are out there torturing our people, bringing pain to our people instead of fighting La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, I will right now open the phone lines. You can go ahead. If you have a question, a comment on all of this, please go ahead and call. But let me remind you, look at the phone numbers on your screen. Look at the phone numbers on your screen. If you are on ground zero, those numbers are emergency numbers. Emergency numbers that you will need to call if you feel that you are infected with the coronavirus. Those are the emergency numbers for you to call. Those are American and European numbers, but not to worry. Not to worry. Those are also WhatsApp numbers. You can call those numbers if you have an emergency, and a physician, a doctor will talk to you. So please, the phone lines are open. The phone lines are open. Go ahead and make a call, ask a question if you have any. I think I got the first caller here. All right. Ground zero. Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah, am I talking to the live show of Chris Ano?
Yes, sir, you are live. Where are you calling from, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Ground Zero. I'm calling from Limbe, Victoria.
Victoria, you got it right now. Okay, thank you. So what is going on? What is going on in your mind?
Yeah, I am very happy about all what you have done. In fact, Chris Ano, we appreciate you. The problem we are having now is we have to weed out those stupid, those terrible Southern Cameroonians who are still acting as if we are one, who are still traitors. And number two, this problem which is today was previewed. We already saw this thing coming. The disorder in La République du Cameroon. So we have to start preparing the ground zero to be able to take their responsibilities, because the time will come, just like Somalia, a time will come when there will be so much disorder. We just have to take our things. Thank God for you people into our own hands. For organizing the local LGs and all those things. So it's going to come when we cannot do otherwise but to take the possession of our land. So this is the time. It was prescribed, it was previewed by so many men of God. And this is this other way. This is the time. Between now and the end of the year, I'm sure that we have to be prepared to take possession of our land. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I hope you guys stay safe. How is Victoria anyway? Are people locked home today?
Yeah, there are. Victoria finally joined. Don't forget, don't mind all what people say. The minds of Amazonians are with the IG led by Sako and many other people who think we are not serious. We are serious now.
Thank you for the call. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not for the interest of the interim government. It is for your own interest. So do not go about observing this kind of lockdown thinking that you want to place the interim government. Absolutely not. You are doing so to save yourself, to save your own life. All right. Let me see. Who is the next caller? The phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ground zero. Hello. Hello. Okay, I lost that caller. All right. Ground zero. Hello. Hello. Hello? 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 Ladies and gentlemen, when you call, or before you call, make sure you shut down or turn down the volume of your set. I don't want to pick up your call and then waiting for you to hear me, because there is a delay if you are listening to your set. And if you're listening to your set, I will just shut you down to get other callers who are ready. So make sure your set is turned down. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, that's one of those callers. Again, you want me to take your call, you must shut down your volume. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Secretary Chris. This is King Peking from the UK.
Okay. How are we doing today, sir?
Oh, we're doing fine. We're doing great. We are quarantining ourselves at home. We're staying at home according to the plan.
That is what we are doing here in the U.S.
Exactly. My fear now is our people back home, because we care for them more. And I just want to, first of all, thank you and your team for doing a great job. And we will give you a 21-gun salute for that.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And my fear, I want to advise our people back on ground zero that they should not rely on any rumor mongering with regards to the cure for the coronavirus.
That is very important.
There is no cure now. And also are learned they should not rely on hearsay. They should go to the WHO website and read for themselves, as one of our sisters said from the US, a medical doctor. Go to the website and educate themselves from there, and then tell our people at home who do not know anything with regards to that, who are illiterate, who have illiterate moms and dads at home that they cannot read and write. They are the people to educate them and tell them that, please, hey, this thing is real. We should stay at home. We would not want to miss them. And if you actually want to go out and get something from the shop, which is vital, you should develop your own face masks, because it is rumored that China is sending out face masks which has already been contaminated. China is sending out contaminated face masks, and many countries, as according to what we heard, many people have rejected the masks from China and any other accessories that concerns this virus. So people should try to cut pieces of dresses, handkerchiefs, new handkerchiefs, if they want to go out and tie, or even a muffler or head tie, and tie can close their mouth and their nostrils, and then they can go out and come back. You should avoid any groups, any gathering. Please, I know that we are a social being, especially us in the Amazonia. Please stay out of groups. Don't go to drinking places. I hear people are going to drinking places and get drinking in the dark. Please don't fall in that trap.
All right.
To come home and meet. Amazonia is true. Amazonia is real. And when we are coming back to celebrate, we will be celebrating all together as one.
Absolutely.
Thank you a lot. Thank you very much, Christian. Thank you for your good job, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the call. All right. The phone lines are open. You are hearing that, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Secretary Chris.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling from, please?
Yeah, this is Divine Asunya calling from Potsdam, Berlin, in Germany.
Okay. Go ahead with your contribution, please. 1 minute.
Okay, thank you for the time. Please, I first of all want to appreciate the work you've been doing for us in this fight for restoration. My contribution is this. You mentioned of disinfectation of the city of Bamenda, and this is as a result of La Republique trying to poison and reduce our population and of course the restoration fighters too, so that by the time they will be tussling for their power with the Betty Ewondo, the Northeast and the Kantos faction, they must have gotten a little population to fight, that is to confront the Northern Zone, so that those of their militias whom they will withdraw to go and face those tussle, the little that will be left in Bamenda, they will have a walk in the park. I pray you understand what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
And yes, my proposal is, please, they should not. Our restoration forces shouldn't allow this disinfectation exercise to take place. Otherwise, they will use it to poison and kill our population. Then the little militia that will be there, they will have a right. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you for the call. It is very, very important, very, very important that the restoration forces take note of this particular exercise and make sure that it doesn't happen. And should that thing happen, that disinfection exercise being planned for the city of Bamenda by the city's mayor, should that thing happen and anybody be infected, the mayor will hear from us. All right. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Secretary.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling in from, please?
From the borders of Ambazonia with La Republic in the northern zone.
Okay. Tell us what is happening there today. Are you calling from your home?
From home.
Okay.
Yes, what is happening there? The lockdown was not very serious. We still had so many cars from La Republic, transporting buses plied the road and passing through our place to Bamenda. So the lockdown is not effective.
Well, the cars are circulating and the people avoid entering those cars. That is what we want to see. We want people to avoid any taxis, any public transportation. But if they choose not to and they get infected, that is their problem. We have done our job by passing the necessary information into their hands.
Secretary, our main problem is people leaving La Republic and coming to us. It is even today there were no movements from our place to Bamenda, but people leaving La Republic and still entering Ambazonia.
Okay, well, the restoration forces, I believe they are listening, and their leadership is listening, and they know what to do to take care of that situation going forward. Thanks for the call, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello, Mr. Christian.
Hello, good evening, sir. May I know?
Good evening. Yeah, can I talk now?
Yes, sir. You're live. Go on. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Belgium.
Belgium. Okay. 1 minute.
Okay, my question to you is, how come every time we listen that Free Machar is doing something in the BLM, we don't see videos, but whatever happened in the northern zone, you always have videos to come and post. How is that possible?
Well, if you have a family member to go volunteer, take those photos, we will more than welcome you, sir. Can you do that?
No.
Okay. All right, good night. If you can't do that, good night. You want somebody else to go and die, but you don't want to die, right? Hello? You want somebody else to go and hello. You don't want to die, right? Hello. Please, when you call, shut down your set. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, am I speaking to this ABC?
Yes, sir. You are live on ABC. Where are you calling from, please?
Oh, I'm calling from Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Okay. Thanks for joining all the way from Ethiopia. Yeah. What is going on there, sir?
Well, we are also locked down and we're working from home. Every place is, the office is locked down, so we can't go to work because of the coronavirus, and we're staying at home now.
Okay.
What I want to say is that I think we are missing out on one very important fact. One of the gentlemen said that we should only listen to WHO and the scientific world. I think that is a terrible mistake. In this situation where the scientific world is saying, I don't have a cure, I cannot provide you with a cure, and many people are reporting the different things they have done to help themselves, some of which could actually help our own people on the ground. We know the local sauna that we do, boiling herbs and covering ourselves in them, which has been reported to be an effective cure, and so many other things that people have reported. So I think it is absolutely important to put out that information so that those who cannot even go to the hospital should begin by trying those remedies once they feel some certain, once they have some symptoms before they even go to the hospital. Because if we don't bring out all of those aids that are available, then we are just doing a disservice to our people.
Well, I would say
that we realize that WHO is.
I would say you are very correct, very, very correct. However, we cannot use the public media to dish out information that has not been verified. But our people listening to others who have experimented on those things can go ahead and try those things, but we cannot come here to say, hey, go and boil bitter leaf or go and boil herbs, maybe misinforming them. But we advise that if somebody suggests to you that it works, it doesn't hurt to try it.
Yes, that is what I want us to say, Chris, because we shouldn't just ignore it under the illusion that WHO or the scientific world is omniscient. No, they too are just groping in the dark like all of us are groping. So it is absolutely important for us to at least inform our people that they have those options to try those remedies that are working for other people.
What we will do, we will have somebody do a research of all those methods that are being put out there. We will come here and put them out there, and the people on their own can try it. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, perfect. But thanks for the call, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Chris.
All right. Okay. Go to the UK. Hello.
Greetings, Secretary Chris.
Greetings, sir, from the UK.
That's correct. It's Nijo here.
Okay. Go ahead. You have 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, I want to make an appeal to all tellers.
Okay.
And Ambazonia. All tellers in Ambazonia to use the excess cloth. We all have visited tellers. We know they always have excess cloth. If every teller on Ambazonia were to just make 10 face masks and give them out, just 10, we would have as many as we need in most quarters.
You are absolutely correct, sir. You are absolutely on point.
My wife used her machine, and she made sewing machine and made 4 masks, which I used one in my job today, and it's so relieving. And we can amplify this appeal to all tellers.
So you ran all of them in London, in England too?
That's correct. That's what we're using. If we can do this in Ambazonia, Secretary Chris, it would help a lot of people.
So I hope our tailors,
free of charge, or at a giveaway price just to compensate for the material. This will help. So let the tellers all get onto the machines, please.
Thank you.
Give out masks. We need them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's a great point. That's a great point. I hope our tailors are listening. If you are a tailor, please use your ingenuity. All dresses, pieces of dresses lying in there in your shop, you can make mask out of them, face mask out of them. Sell them for 100 francs. For 500 francs, you can save lives. All right, let me go to ground zero. I think this is a bad connection. That's a bad connection. Okay. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, sir. May I know?
How are you?
May I know what part of Ambazonia you're calling from, please?
I'm calling from the northern zone, Chris.
Okay. What is going on there, sir? You have 1 minute.
No, apparently this issue that you just discussed on TV concerning the spraying of our town tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Bamenda.
Uh-huh.
I'm calling from.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go on.
So what I'm saying is this issue about spraying in the northern zone. I think it is not only an issue that we would have been thinking of stopping, of allowing it to go, and then we start blaming the government delegate. If there was a means for us to stop it, we would have stopped it completely, stopped it not to happen. Yes. We rather think we should put a strategy to rather stop this spraying should go on, should stop.
Listen, we are going to do all that we can do to stop it, but remember, this thing is happening tomorrow. This announcement came out only yesterday, and you can imagine that probably took us unawares, but we will do our best. But again, should they do it? I think they're going to do it on Monday too. They promised doing that on Monday too. But should they do that, and any person gets hurt, the mayor of that city will regret it. And every authority.
It's possible that Yaoundé and Douala are suffering from it. They don't start spraying from Yaoundé and Douala.
That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point.
It's impossible. We don't accept it. We totally don't accept it.
Well, I hope all of Bamenda could pour out just that again. We don't want people stepping out. I would have suggested that all of Bamenda pour out and protested, but you don't want to go out and then get mixed up with other people, and then before you know, you catch the virus. But listen, we are passing this warning to that mayor and his city officials. Should that thing be sprayed in that town, he will be held accountable.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for the call.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. All right. This is a bad connection. All right. Hello, this is Comfort of County Roads. How are you doing today, man?
Hello, Secretary Chris. Thank you. I'm doing very okay. And you?
Good.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind?
Thank you, sir. Yes, please. Yeah, I'm just calling to make a quick response to what our comrade from Ethiopia was saying.
Mm-hmm.
We understand that we have been advising ourselves to take these herbs and fruits and so on, but it is not evidence-based that we can get any cure from those things. We encourage our people, all of us, to take them as much as we can. But we want to make it really clear to our people and to ourselves that these things, they can neither cure nor prevent us from having things that if we want to do it and call it a cure, our people will drink it and still go out. So we're trying to give our people as much information as we can. And the idea of sending people to check, for instance, with the WHO is to get the real information, to get good statistics and get facts about everything, because we don't need to have shallow information when we have the real source of information. Right. So people still need to check the WHO, see what they are saying, see the statistics, the facts, and so on. But about taking vegetables and herbs and so on is just to boost the immune system such that we don't even get sick at all. You know, not that it is a cure, nor is it a preventive measure for COVID-19. You can still take as much as you can and still get infected if you get in touch with the virus. Thank you.
Thank you for that piece of information there. I think what will happen is our medical experts in the house would have to come back, maybe take an hour or two to maybe speak directly on this subject of traditional herbs. I heard somebody talking about bitter kola. Bitter kola can, I think they believe is preventive. Some talking about warming some lime skins and is it onions or a number of those things, boiling them and covering yourself in the vapor that comes out of the pot. Quite a number of herbs that are being prescribed out there. I will believe that our medical expert would come out and take some time to throw more light on what those can do, if at all they can do anything. Okay, let me take a few more calls and I go. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling from, please?
I'm calling from Switzerland. It is always nice.
I guess I lost that caller. Somehow, I don't know why. Okay. Hello.
Yes, Secretary Chris. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling from, please?
Yes, Secretary Chris. I'm calling
Can you please turn down the volume of your set and focus on your phone?
It's off. Yes, it is off.
All right. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from UAE.
Okay. What is your contribution, sir? 1 minute.
Yes, I first of all want to thank you and the IG for the good job that you are doing. We really appreciate you, and we believe that the interim government is going to take us to Boya. So thank you very much for the good job.
By His grace. Now, when you say like that, some people are not happy. The Sadducees and the Pharisees are not happy. You know that, right? They don't like you saying that on television.
Okay,
all right, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir, please. I have an appeal. Yes, I have an appeal.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, please. I am kindly appealing that can you bring, as regard to what is happening in Krugwe and what transpired in Bui with ATF, can you please bring Ayabacho to ABC so that he can tell us his problem, what actually is happening? Because we are really losing our soldiers for no good reason. So is there a possibility to bring him to ABC so that he can really tell us what is his problem? Because when we try to talk to him, he also block us on Facebook. So is there any means, sir?
Well, he will tell you that I have actually invited him, but he promised getting back to me the very next day. But it's probably going to 3 months now. I never heard back from him. Maybe you should send him a petition. All of you out there who want him on ABC, send him a petition and say Chris is still waiting for him. How about that?
Yes, Yes, because the moment you try to do it, he blocks us. When he discovers you are saying the truth, he just block you immediately. So
you know, the truth is not always sweet on everybody's ears. You know that, right?
Yeah, you are right.
All right. Thanks for the call, sir. You have a good night.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, those are the only calls I can take today, ladies and gentlemen. I can't take any further, but let me quickly see if anybody has a message here. Oh, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. But before I go, remember the town hall on Sunday with the president, Dr. Samuel Ekome Sako, and cabinet. That town hall is open to all. It doesn't matter where you are. For as much as you can join, for as much as you have the link and you can join it, log in, you have any question, that question will be answered. Again, that will be on Sunday. It's taking place every first Sunday of the month. And also remember, we have these emergency numbers for those of you on ground zero. We have these emergency numbers. If you feel you have contracted the disease, coronavirus, please feel free to call any of those numbers. Call any of those numbers, and somebody, a physician will talk to you. A physician will talk to you. So please have that number, save it, call it when necessary. It was a pleasure, a very big pleasure to be here with you. I look forward to seeing you in the coming days. God bless you all. Good night.
Hey.